doing interviews. You'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready. This is the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas. I'm Corey Taylor, and I am joined with a very familiar face that we have known for years and years and love.
Who is that?
It is Mr. Joe Lujan from Carcass Studio. So, hi, Joe.
Hi,
How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. It's been
a while.
I want to say it's probably been over a year since
think?
I've been on your show.
Maybe.
We've been busy.
It's been a lot. It's been a very long, stressful year. Let's say
yes.
that.
It has.
But good things are coming, and that's why we're on today.
Yes,
so
really
how
excited.
have you been?
Really good. Really good. I'm pretty sure you know I've been jumping from project to project.
Yes, as usual.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work, exclusive work for a company called V Channels Media. So I've been kind of doing some stuff that they producing. I'll be directing. I want to say it's been 7 films since we probably last talked.
Yeah, that's insanity.
So it's been nonstop. We have another 4 to go. And obviously if more come up, then that's great. But just been busy with that. Just work, film, and that's what we've been doing.
So with V Channels, obviously, I know there's a lot more people that are involved in everything. But do you have any ideas like when these will start coming out? And
so a few have already were released. I know like My Little Nightmare, which was one that was for years I've been trying to pick up off the ground. Literally years. That just came out, I believe, in February of this year.
Yeah, and that turned out really good.
And thank you. Fun, that was a fun project. For the most part,
it was
a lot of weird stuff happened on that set.
Like The Exorcist, like real stuff was going on.
Weird stuff that was happening on set. We could probably talk about that later, but that came out. Then Rust 3 came out, I think the following month.
Yeah. Which obviously
Miss Corey Taylor's in.
Yes.
She returns.
Yeah.
And as far as the others, I know there's one that is like a horror Christmas anthology.
Yes.
They're probably going to hold off till close to the holiday season for that.
Smart, right?
And then I have 2 more that I'm kind of just like waiting to see when they'll come out. So, yeah. And then we're in production we just wrapped 2 that are in production, post-production now. And we're in production with the new one, Live Extinction, which you definitely come back in. So that's another one we're getting in. So it's kind of you work and you just kind of wait to see.
So overwhelming.
I'm trying to. I don't want to come off like I'm being cocky and stuff.
No,
not enough that
it's
work.
Right.
I mean, really, that is really what we're doing. That's the truth.
Yeah.
I
know. We always want to do game nights and stuff. It's hard because you're constantly busy.
It's just. I need a break though. I did take a little vacay.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
It was long overdue. Yeah. I was surprised by a very close friend to Zion National Park. I'd never been to. I'd always wanted to go.
I've never been either, but it looked beautiful.
It was like unreal. I felt like I was in the movie Avatar. I was like, the mountains were huge. It was beautiful. It was so like zen and relaxing away from technology and
which God only knows we need.
Oh my gosh, yes. When it ended, I'm like, I want to stay longer. So maybe soon, maybe another trip soon just to get out.
I know we were supposed to go on a little trip, but someone ditched. But it's okay. It's
been. I know. Believe it or not, though, it's great. There's pros and cons, obviously, with in this industry, obviously. But with me, it's like I make plans to do something, but then I'm approached by someone or a company or something that's like, hey, are you interested? And I'm like, the opportunities that can come from that, it's like,
of course.
Okay, yes, I'll do it. And then I sit there, I was like, you already had stuff planned. We'll figure it out. Somehow we'll figure this out. It's kind of how I go with life as of right now. But soon that'll change.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, but it's good. And you always work hard and it's paying off and you're finally getting your dues, I guess. You know what I mean? Like you did everything and you're still working your butt off, but it's finally all coming to
It's been 23 years now since I've been working on this. So still far from where I want to be, but definitely a step closer. I feel
Right.
like with every project or every opportunity that comes my way, a step closer to where I want to be.
No,
you know?
you've been doing it, and you should be so proud of yourself.
Thank you. Excited, very tired,
Mm-hmm.
but I always say I'll rest when I die. I'll sleep when I die.
Right. Exactly. Hopefully, a very long time.
Yeah, I know. So yeah.
Yeah. No, but so yes, like we were saying, we'll talk about like My Little Nightmare first, since that
Okay.
came out earlier. So as we were saying, a great
Yes.
show, lots of amazing location, great cast, but there was a lot of stuff that happened.
A lot of weird stuff. Yeah. So with that project, as you know,
Right.
that project I wrote, it was actually the first script I wrote over 13 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe
yeah.
almost 15, maybe.
Crazy.
Give or take. I wrote that script. I was going to shoot it in El Paso, my hometown. Didn't happen. And, then I moved to Vegas and, all that moving around and stuff. So it never got lifted after that. I tried to attempt it again back in 2014 or 15, I believe. Yet again, did not happen. And then again, it was brought up again in 2017.
Yeah, probably
18 maybe.
Yeah.
And that one got further than the first two attempts, but then again, things fell through and, stuff went with
some
that.
lousy people.
Things fell,
yeah.
Trusted wrong people. And
yeah. What else is there? Right?
Yeah, that's the past. But then I want to say after, working with V channels and stuff, it was brought up again. I was like, this will be the chance to finally get this film off the ground. And we were definitely blessed to get it off the ground. But then once we crossed that hurdle, it became more of a, no pun, but nightmare making My Little Nightmare. It was, if it wasn't,
you should do a behind the scenes documentary.
Believe it or not, we've thought of it. We have thought of it to explain
just like a little show,
the stuff that was going on. If it wasn't from scheduling, it was from locations. If it was from that, it was, I'll explain. So there's a short story. So one of the locations we're filming at is like at a spiritual shop,
right?
And a place where they do crystals and cleansings and all that. Who's a very close friend of mine, and she told me, and she knew off the bat. She's like, "You've been having some issues with this project, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Like, how would I haven't made that public, so I was like, "Yes." And she goes, you're going to continue to have issues with this project. She goes, it will continue until you finish.
Thank you so
I was like,
much
great. I go, we still have like 3 days left, and it was very like, I don't know. It was more of a, okay, like, please don't let it be something bad.
Right.
Type of
Nothing
feeling.
too bad.
Nothing too bad, but we've made it this far. We can definitely get through this, but then it just like escalated to like, the last day on set was probably the most like, what the F is going on? My camera falls.
You can test, it's okay.
Oh, okay, like what the fuck is going on? My camera fell like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
All of us were standing there like,
what the hell?
And I even laughed. At that point, I was like, of course.
There goes thousands of dollars.
There's the course. It fell outside. And we were shooting some exterior shots and it fell. Like just fell on the rocks. And I'm like,
wonderful.
Oh, great. I picked it up and I dusted it off and I was like, okay, just a little scratch. Let's keep going.
You're gonna just have to push on
Let's
through.
keep going. And then it was lunch, I believe. Everyone was out to lunch and we were going over, gear and stuff. And inside it lands like on the marble tile inside the house. And I'm like, and it was so loud, like batteries went everywhere. Like it sounded like glass shattering. And I'm like, ugh, this is not happening.
Oh, gosh.
Like, well, we still have a whole like 6 hours left to shoot. I think the lens was the only thing that broke, one of my lenses, and after that I was like, okay.
Which are a lot more, if you're not into film.
It's a lot more expensive than anything, believe it or not.
You would imagine,
but at that point I was just like, fuck
whatever,
it.
Right?
Like, let's just keep going.
What else can you do?
We'll use the lenses that we have. We won't use that one. And we just kept going. And when I wrapped, I'm like, thank you, God, we're done.
Literally,
it was, But
I'm surprised it wasn't filmed in May, because May is usually.
I know May is usually the bad month for me.
It's a bad month.
Normally, for those who don't know, usually in May I'm breaking bones and doing stupid shit. But yeah, that was in October, November, I think. But we finally got it done, and I'm proud of the finished product.
Yeah,
the finished product
came out great.
Yeah, the longest film I've done. believe it or not.
Wow.
I think the runtime is 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's the longest film I've done. And yeah, I'm proud of it and I'm happy with it. For those who don't know, My Little Nightmare is actually the connecting film to the entire Dark World universe. So it's like characters from Rust and Billy, this is the one connecting film. It all comes together with this film. So if you haven't seen Rust or if you haven't seen My Little Nightmare, they're all connected. And you come out in all three.
That's right.
All three
And
installments.
I was supposed to have a different role in My Little Nightmare.
She was,
and
but
then he was like, well, actually, your character's kind of in this already, so you can't.
You're gonna come out, but not as that character necessarily.
It's okay.
But believe it or not, I've gotten some good stuff. Like, it's so cool. I've been messaged like, hey, it's cool to see that Heather is like coming out in all these other films. And I'm like, maybe we should have spoilers. Maybe we should have Heather return to like Lost Souls 2 or something.
I think
like I think she throw her in there.
Yeah.
We'll kind of throw Heather.
Wait, we should make a little doll. Like, you know how we used to have Eleanor? We should make a little
We should.
Heather doll.
We should. That's a good
little
idea.
Heather and Morgan doll.
That's a very good idea.
So cute.
So,
I like it.
So yeah, so that's My Little Nightmare.
Yeah. It was a little nightmare, but it turned out to be a great success.
Yeah, it turned out great.
So,
I was asked if I'm doing a sequel, and I said no.
Right.
I'm not doing a sequel.
Not touching it with a 10-foot pole, right?
Not doing a sequel to that. Not at all. It is a good standalone spin-off to the.
And kind of everything's already connected. So I mean, it's not really technically a sequel and stuff. It's all like in the universe.
So it's kind of its own little thing. It's moving on to the other films. We have more films we're getting going. So yeah.
And like you said, Live Extinction, which we're currently working on.
Live Extinction, yes. That's for those who don't know, that's also part of the universe in a certain degree, but it crosses with my other cinematic universe, that is the Ravage Rain universe.
Right.
So it's like a little thing I wanted to throw in there. It's like it can be a part of either. Yeah. Your character resembles a lot of your character from the Ravage Rain universe.
Yeah, we were all on set. We're like, this is gonna connect with this and this.
So it's really cool to for those who are fans and for the fans who have followed all of the projects we've done, to connect that. I think me as a fan with other films, I like stuff like that. So absolutely. I wanted kind of use that within our universe.
Well, just like I honestly haven't seen either, but I just heard like the Pearl horror movie and X, like they were all kind of connected, and the characters are playing themselves, but not really. Yeah. So I think it's all kind of.
I think it's cool. It's fun to expand the universe. I mean, that's what it's all about. When we're in this film industry, we're trying to create worlds and universe that isn't our reality. Right. So that's kind of my thing. Is like, let's keep on pushing it till we can't, or we're told not to. Right. So so Live Extinction, the first two were found footage, as you know, obviously. Right. But a lot had to do with the fact of I was in it. I was playing one of the main characters. So a lot of the shots, I was the director of photography filming it. So I was able to maneuver and control camera, so, but for those who have seen it, my character does come to an end. In the sequel, that I thought, when we move to the third one, how are we going to do the whole found footage thing? I was like, are we going to have time to teach the cast how to maneuver the camera?
I mean, I got pretty good camera making.
She does have good camera.
I don't actually.
I've seen you. I think you've messed with the camera. I want to say.
I had to do it like on one of. I forgot which movie it was actually.
But I know you maneuvered, and I was like, okay, Corey, do you know what you're doing?
I know. Goat, right?
There you go. It was Goat. It was a short film. You all will never see that movie. It won't come out.
Goat.
Only me and Corey can see it.
I'll post it, so I'll be sneaky.
I took the links off, Corey. They're gone. The links are gone, Corey.
I think I had the original DVDs.
So with the third one of Live Extinction, I decided not to go the route of found footage. It starts found footage, but it's a cool little twist that I put into as to where that goes. But this will be the biggest one. We're back on set this Saturday, I believe, and we are going and looking at about 30 zombies. We're looking at right now. So it'll be fun and exciting for you guys, the talent. That's one thing that I feel like in the first two, me and Bryant Smith, the energy of us running from all those zombies, which we didn't do in part two, it made it so much more real. Yeah. To where with you guys, I'm curious to see how you guys are going to react. So, and with this project too, I've done something different. It's not normally the norm. It's very what's the word? I'm doing the process of this film differently. So I'm not giving my cast the entire script up
Right.
front. I've been breaking it up.
Which I have not appreciated.
I know. I've been doing it.
I know.
I'm doing it because I'm like, I want you guys to, I don't know, feel the moment that you guys that it's happening. But then when we move on to the next part of the script, then you guys are surprised. You know, like with the most recent expansion of the script, you could say, the cast has been very like, we did not know it was going that route. You know, it was like we did not go, and they were very excited. You know, it's, and of course with this project, I'm doing it. I don't normally do that ever. This is like the first time I've ever done that.
That's so good to switch things up a little.
Well, I kind of did that with Rust.
A little bit, yeah.
I did. With Rust, I remember I blocked certain things out so you guys wouldn't know where you guys were filming or stuff like that. I remember that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Rust was crazy. Yeah.
That was a crazy production. I mean,
was insane. And it feels like a billion years ago. So.
I think we hit the 10-year anniversary this year.
Has it been that long? Probably.
I think it was 2014, 2024. So it's 10 years this year from Rust.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. But
I think we've known each other for 12 years.
12 years.
Oh my God, Joe. That's crazy.
12
We've been through a lot.
We have.
A lot. And we got so much more to go.
I know. We have a lot more to go. So I'm really excited.
No, I'm so happy for you. And so obviously we have some more films coming out too. Yeah. Can you talk about those or not really right now?
Yeah. So from other projects that we're doing right now, so I have a film called The Boss that we've shot already. It's in post. That is in the lines of like a survival horror type of story. That has Taylor Kilgore in it, and it's Tatum Wisłowski, I believe. I'm butchering her last name. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm so sorry. It's just them two basically the whole movie. Mm-hmm. Chris Ivan also is in the film as well, for a portion of the film. But it's a survival horror, so we shot all that up in Mount Charleston, and we shot certain scenes in Utah. That is it was a very what's the word? Production on that one was interesting. We were battling a lot of the weather. Yeah. It was freezing up there.
I was talking to Taylor. She's like, I'm so done with Mount Charleston.
I'm done. Yeah, we're done with the woods for a while. The weather, on top of that, the whole running, the cast had to be running and climbing trees and running the mount up and down the mountain to where even I was like exhausted watching them. Yeah. So, but it's a fun movie. That one actually was a fun film to, I'm excited for people to see that one. I have another one called The Gray Ones. That one is more of a sci-fi feel. Mm. It's like it's not really a horror film per se. I want to say it's like a suspense thriller.
Gotcha.
It's based off of my sister. So my sister Michelle is actually, Michelle, my older sister Michelle. She helped write that film.
I didn't know that.
It's based off of real life experiences that happened when she was younger. That has to do with extraterrestrials type stuff.
We're very much believers. Yeah. We've talked about this many a time.
So it's based off of her experiences. And that is, like I say, it's not a horror film. I want to say it's like a suspense thriller type film. That film we shot completely in 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
Day and night. We were dead after that.
I can imagine. Yeah.
And then Live Extinction, I'm trying to think. Billy's finally getting its feature.
Oh.
Yeah. So Billy, the feature film, that's looking to be released maybe early 25.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we have another film called, sorry, I'm trying to think. The Immortal Wars, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I'm forgetting about the Immortal Wars.
The final one, right?
The final one. The final one. We do want to start production.
That we know of. Who knows?
No more.
No more.
Just one
You're
more.
done with it?
Just one more. One more. Okay, but part 4 comes out, I believe, in the summer. Decay's Paradox should be coming out in the summer.
That's right. It wasn't like released.
Yeah, it hasn't been released yet. We just had the world premiere for it in Vegas, and then we start production on the last one, which is Redemption. We want to start production in the winter of this year.
I keep it cold. Yes,
We're not doing anything in the
like
summer.
hear,
No,
yeah.
right now, even with Live Extinction, we have some exterior shots where I'm dreading.
I think I'm all interior.
You're all interior.
So,
Yeah, you have no exterior shots. No, but I know some of the actors were like, "We're shooting outside."
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I'm in a lab coat too. I think I deserve to be in.
And believe it or not, the location we're filming is actually cold.
It's nice and cold. Thank
Yeah.
God, finally.
The last time we were filming, it was really cold.
Every time we ever film, it's like literally 100 degrees.
Yeah,
outside,
so I'm happy with that.
Dripping sweat.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, there's another project that there's just a lot of,
Yeah.
just BS going along with
But
it.
it'll work out in the end.
Yeah, it's
That'll
yeah.
be fun.
I'm being told to say what it is, to talk about it.
Can we talk about it? We will
Yeah.
take exclusives on Corey Taylor Talk anytime.
No, we can. So there was a film, obviously, because you were in it,
Mhm.
called Obscura.
Mhm.
It was a project that was it was a collaboration
Right.
between me and a certain individual that spawned off to be a bigger project. And we're really excited. It's like a creature film, was supposed to be part of the universe.
Right.
That's why your character returned.
Mhm, mhm.
And I brought other characters from the universe,
Right.
like Bryant and John and all them, to make appearances, to make their, to return and all that. But up until recently, it's been, I want to say 3 years since we shot it.
Yeah.
I did direct along with another director,
Mhm.
and we did our job.
And in fact, I believe you directed completely, exclusively our scenes too.
Yeah, exactly. So I
Mhm.
directed your scene, so it's I did my job.
I've only saw you direct, if we're being honest here. So.
And honestly, I don't want people to think, or your viewers to think,
Mhm.
like, why is he kind of being vague with information? I'm just doing it because the issue is ongoing right now.
Of course.
So
Maybe one day we could go.
we'll go
into it a
into
little
depth
more,
of a lot, because it wasn't just like it wasn't just a few things. It was a lot of things in
Yeah.
the bigger picture.
Oh, I'm well aware.
That
Yeah.
I feel
Uh-huh.
more taken advantage of
Mhm.
and used and slighted.
Yeah.
Well, up until recently, for some reason now we're not getting credited as
Mhm.
directors. So I'm sitting here like, we did our jobs on set. The directing job we did on set,
Mhm.
like that's what we did.
Mhm.
That's why we were out there, was to direct our scenes and
Yeah.
all that. And I won't take it away from
And
that
lots
other.
of traveling.
That's
lots of stuff, yeah.
and for a lot of people for free, we were
Mhm.
doing all of that. That was a bit ridiculous, but we were all passionate about the project.
Right.
It was a collective that made that
Right.
project. And it apparently the one individual is claiming that he's done everything.
Mhm.
That he's the sole director, and that it was all him that did this project. When we sit there, it's like, no, this was a collective. It was a.
And also, what I just say, eating your exclusive Oreos.
Exactly. Eating my.
Your
Exactly. There you go. That's what I'm saying. It stems into more than just the
Right.
business part. It's like
It's
personal.
so
Like,
much stuff,
I opened
yeah.
my doors to you.
Right.
Like, you stayed
Staying
at my
at your
place.
house,
You
yeah.
ate from my pantry and my
Yeah.
fridge
That's exactly.
and
Those
ate my exclusive
Oreos.
Lady Gaga goddamn cookies that they don't sell anymore. It's so many things like that. It's when I was brought to my attention about
Mhm.
this, I was a little caught off guard.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I expected it from him
Right.
because of what
But
they've
you
shown
hoped
me.
that wouldn't really
But I was
happen,
like,
yeah.
he wouldn't do that. Like, I've respected this
Mhm.
person since day one, even regardless of all the times I was mistreated or disrespected on
Mhm.
set. I still was professional, and I
Mhm.
was like, I'm just not who I am.
Right.
But now they're taking full credit and winning awards from film
Mhm.
festivals that they're being claimed as the sole director. And I'm like, that
Crazy,
is so
yeah.
wrong. Like, that was a
Crazy.
team.
Mhm.
I won't take away from that individual and I don't even want to say their name because I don't want to give them
No,
any
of
clout.
course,
I'm
right.
not going to give them any clout, but I lost my train of thought. Where was I going?
Well, just you being.
Oh, I won't take away the fact of that they did direct certain scenes.
Of course,
And they did.
right.
I'm not going to take that away
Yeah.
from you. But I
Well,
sit
that was
here
the
and
whole
I'm
point
like,
of co-directing.
exactly. And I'm sitting there like, and it wasn't even co-directing. We directed.
Right.
Like, that was flat point. We all just directed
Right.
our scenes. But me and this other director,
Mhm.
we did our job, and we did our damn good job. I'm feel very confident of that. You know, so
absolutely.
To where I'm like, we directed majority of the film, more than majority of the film. You did a few scenes, but I'm sitting there
like 90%.
But then you're gonna turn around and say that you're the full blown director.
Right.
It's like, just because you've been doing stuff behind the scenes or producing jobs, finding investments and all this
Those
behind
are
the
completely
scenes.
different things.
That's you're doing producing jobs. We already did the directing job, but we're being demoted. Along with that, going to the cast that I brought. Now you're removing their names and changing them to Scientist 1 and Soldier. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I find out that DPs aren't being paid. I find out that sound people aren't getting credited, and I'm sitting here like, that's disgusting behavior. Like, that is bad. I can't believe that someone can do that. You know, so it's like the pride of this project of what it's going to be. You're proud of it, but then at the same time you're just like, but then he's claiming all of it. It's just wrong. To me, it's just very wrong. And
it is.
And
unfortunately, it's just another lesson learned, but hopefully things get worked out.
Hopefully things get worked out. Yeah. You know, I mean, I wish them the best, and I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, it's just upsetting. I don't know if I'm mad. I don't know if I'm sad. I'm hurt.
Well, you have every right to be everything.
It's kind of everything.
Okay.
To where someone thinks that they have that right to do something like that. I don't know. I mean,
unfortunately, we've dealt with those people a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it was just a big level because I'm like, wow, like they've even removed my name from artwork, from the Carcass Studios logos off of the artwork,
I saw,
the universe, and I'm sitting there like,
craziness.
What are you thinking? Like, you're gonna go and try to take our work and all these people's talent and claim that it's yours?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess maybe they need it. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know. It's insane to me why someone would want to do that.
It's terrible.
But you know, I believe in karma, so I don't know.
That's right. And we all know who's in the wrong here. It's pretty
obvious,
I'm like,
it's insane.
We all know the real story.
Yeah. So, we all know the truth, and
it'll come out.
Eventually, it'll come out. Yeah.
Well, I love you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I know you've been working your butt off, and I'm so glad everything's working out.
Yes, we have a lot more we're gonna get going. Yes. You know, we have a lot of films. Aside from that, we're also gearing up to do a series, a web series that I want to kind of collaborate with others. You know, I want other filmmakers to take characters from the universe and do their thing with them. You know,
that'd be cool. Yeah.
Create. That's kind of my thing. Just all of us work together. We should all be elevating each other instead of
turning it down,
using and taking advantage of others. You know, we should be all of elevating each other to be better people, artists, creators. Because you know, these films and projects aren't just one person doing it. It's a collective. We're all coming together to make this. You know, but I guess some people don't believe that. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love you, and I'm proud of you, and we're just gonna see lots of success.
Yes, we
learned our lessons, right?
Definitely learned our lessons.
Yeah. Well, where can people keep up to date with you? See all the movies you have coming up. I know you're casting for stuff. I know you're even looking for zombies and
we
stuff.
We are still casting. We do have a few scenes left for Live Extinction. But even if production ends with Live Extinction, we're still casting for other projects.
Yes.
So if people want to submit resumes, headshots, reels to info@carcass-studios.com. They'll be reviewed, you know, and we're still casting. So, but if you guys want to stay updated with me or Carcass Studios, you go to carcass-studios.com. You could look us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Even though I don't think TikTok's going to be much longer.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. That's a whole different story.
We got nothing to do with that one.
It's like, I don't know. It's just
we're too low for that.
And then our YouTube channel. We're constantly releasing new trailers, original content, all of that. Right now we're working on, we don't know yet, but we're working on trying to see if we start our own channel, actual channel, like a Carcass Studios channel with an app and, you know, a Roku channel, all that. So we're kind of working on that. And, you know, it's all the little stuff we're working on. But yeah, you can look for the films, my comic books. I have new comic books coming out this year.
Oh, cool.
We have 4 issues coming out this year. And other projects that I'll kind of keep quiet for now.
Fine.
I'll be sure that Corey Taylor Talks will be where we exclusively announce it.
Yeah, correct.
We'll do that.
Correct. Now I got you on camera, so you better stick to it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so I love you. I'm so glad you're on.
Thank you.
I
know. Thank you for having me back.
Yes, it was okay. We love having you anytime.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go out and support. you will not regret it, especially my beautiful face is in a lot of it. So
You won't.
But no, please go check out carcass-studios.com. Check them on all their social medias. Joe Lujan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you. God bless.